Hi, it's Monique here from Starlight Media House, and I'm here with a very special guest. This is the movie lady herself. This is Lesley Simpson. Lesley, how are you doing?
Good today, thank you. Yeah, good
great
day.
stuff. Now, the reason why I thought I'd catch up with Lesley today is Lesley's had the great opportunity of going in to see some preview screenings of some upcoming movies, and we thought we'd share some information about those for you. So, Lesley, what have you got coming up here in the cinema? What have you got releasing that you've just seen?
The big one next week will be Trainwreck, which is a comedy by the same people that did Bridesmaids. A young girl who believes that monogamy is okay. It is an R16 though, so it's for the older generation like you and I that have got the ID.
Yeah.
But very, very funny, along the same lines as Bridesmaids. So a bit of a romantic comedy.
And that's got Amy Schumer in it.
Yes.
She's very funny comedian. So if you're looking for something funny, that's a real good one to go and see. Now, you've just seen something else, a preview screening of...
I'm actually going to a preview screening in a couple of weeks of The Walk, which is a movie about the walk between the Twin Towers. It was happened many, many years ago, so that one looks amazing, and it's in 3D.
That's amazing.
But I also saw a couple of pretty good movies yesterday as well.
Okay, so what did you see?
The first one I was a little disappointed with, but it was Fantastic Four, which is the latest Marvel movie.
Gotcha.
It was, for me, I was really excited about it because I grew up with the Fantastic Four. It was my generation, and then became Spider-Man and then Superman, and it kind of went on to the Avengers and everything else. I was a little bit disappointed with it. Not a very long movie, but the actors were great. The Thing, Jamie Bell as the Thing was awesome, the big rock character. Just absolutely amazing. And it was kind of the movie that it shows you how they became the Fantastic Four.
Oh, so it's like the precursor to the Fantastic Four.
It starts with them as children and how they grow up and create this machine that takes them into outer space.
That's incredible.
So it kind of tells the story. The visual effects are really, really great, but it was a little bit disappointing. And I think the main reason for that, Monique, is because we've been so spoiled with the Avengers and all of those others, and Captain America, Iron Man, and it's just been, so crazy with all these Marvel movies that we spoiled.
So, out of 5, what would you give it?
Probably only a 3.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So if people are looking for some light entertainment, that's a good choice?
Definitely one for the kids, teenage kids.
And especially because it's shorter.
Yes, it's only an hour and a half.
Oh, perfect.
It's a good one.
Now, last night you also got to see the new Amy Winehouse film.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about that. So is it a documentary?
It is. So it was completely different. It's a very poorly filmed documentary. A lot of it's footage from Amy when she was a kid that Amy filmed through her years, and it was going to be made into a movie before her death, and then obviously that was a tragic death, so they've released it. So a lot of it's phone call footage that you see, the messages coming across the screen of what the message was and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But it kind of, for me, I liked her music, but I wasn't a huge, massive fan, so I was curious, really. Just wanted to find out more about it. And it really is clear that right from the start, from 9 years old when her parents separated, she was a very lost young girl. She never really got over it. She was known as the real gobby common Londoner, and that's how she comes across. Out of control most of her life, and just really did not or wasn't able to cope with the fame that came with being so talented and so. I mean, the lyrics.
So unique.
Absolutely, the lyrics are amazing, and even Tony Bennett said that she's one of the best jazz singers we ever had, and it was such a great loss.
So is it shot more, when you're saying it's more phone kind of text and things like that, would you say it's more art house?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
I went to the little art house cinema, the Bridgeway, and saw it, and so it's definitely more of an art house movie. And you have to be prepared for the documentary, but there's a lot of explanations behind her music and why she's writing this music. And Back to Black was obviously after her marriage, and the husband that brought her back down to where she should have been, and she should have been going to rehab, but her mum and her dad did want her to go to rehab, and she said, I don't need rehab.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was kind of part of it too.
So I guess if you're a music fan like me, it's a really good choice. Where is it screening? And right throughout New Zealand?
Yes, it was part of the New Zealand Film Festival a few weeks ago, and hugely popular there, and now it's come into the Bridgeway is the most local one for us, but I do believe it's at the Rialto Newmarket, so any art house cinema in New Zealand should have it.
I love it. Looking forward to seeing it. Now finally, Lesley, you've got some industry gossip about a big movie separation.
I know.
Tell us the buzz.
I'm just so upset.
Just breathe.
Today, just this morning from Hollywood, we found out that Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy have separated. And I'm just gutted. I mean, those guys have been together for so long.
Forever.
They're longer than my mum and dad. I grew up with those two too, and it's just devastating news from Hollywood this morning.
Absolutely. So I guess we're going to have to watch this space and see what happens with their relationship moving forward.
I don't know about pigs in space. I think there'll be more to that space. Absolutely,
I
for
think
sure.
so. I love the description. Look, Lesley, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
all of your insider information
it's been a
and for your
pleasure.
recommendations. We're going to share the details of those films and when you can see them in your local area. So keep up to date, keep watching, and make sure you go and like the Movie Ladies Facebook page. Can you give us the title of your Facebook page?
Sure, it's NZ Movie Lady. Pretty simple, straightforward. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thank you so much, Lesley.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm Monique from Starlight Media House. We'll be showing you more very soon.